Now we move on to the second question on logarithms. So we have the question saying solve the logarithm of x minus 1 plus the logarithm of x plus 1 being equal to log 1. So in this case we are going to be removing the log symbol and applying the first law of logarithms. Remember, when we did the first law, we said if the log of A is added to the log of B, we get the log of AB. That was our first law of logarithms. So we are going to apply it on this question. So if we are adding, we are going to be multiplying the logarithms. If we are subtracting, we divide. But here we are going to be using the first law. So in this case, we have log A, which is log x minus 1, and then log B, which is log x plus 1. So we are going to be multiplying the logarithms. So we multiply x minus 1 times x plus 1, which is x minus 1 times x plus 1. And then on our right hand side here, we have log 1. We know that log 1 is equal to 0. There is no log of 1. Log 10 is equal to 1, but log 1 is equal to 0 because it's below the log table. So we are going to be solving this equation by expanding the bracket. So we have x times x, which is x squared. Then x times 1, which is x, then minus x here. And then we get our minus 1, which is equal to 0. Then if we add this x and subtract x again, they cancel each other. So we have x squared minus 1 equal to 0. So in this case, we have the difference of two squares. So we are going to solve it as a difference of two squares. So which is x minus 1 and x plus 1. So we get two solutions, which is x being equal to 1 or x being equal to negative 1. So if it's difference of two squares, if we are to draw it on a quadratic graph on the Cartesian plane, we have here the y-axis, the x-axis. So we have x being equal to minus 1 here and x being equal to plus 1 and our lower value, which is equal to minus 1 here. So our quadratic curve will be like this. So here is our solution for this equation, x squared minus 1. That is our answer. So we just solved the second question on logarithms. We had here the log of x minus 1 being added to the log of x plus 1 and being equated to log 1. So we applied the first law of logarithms, which says that if the log of A is added to the log of B, we get the multiple of those logarithms. So we get log AB. So we multiplied the first log, which is A here, and the second log, which is B here. Then we equated it to 0 since log 1 is equal to 0. So it becomes a quadratic equation. Then we solved the quadratic equation and we got the two values of x, which is x equal to 1 and x equal to negative 1. So when we draw it on a Cartesian plane, we get the value of x equal to minus 1 here and the value of x equal to plus 1. Then our lower value, which is the minimum value of the quadratic equation, which is negative 1. So this is our quadratic curve. So here is how we solve this equation. Remember, after this question, subscribe, click the bell for more notifications and share. Push us to the channel. Tiri kufamba ne maths.